Welcome to Sports Life Business, the ultimate transition. You got me, Derek Furlow Jr., and I'm back in the building. And I got a treat for y'all. I got my guy Ike Brown with us, man. Ike, look, so it's a lot of folks. They see this orange, so they might be Vol family, they might be Vol fans, they might be Vol supporters. They may say, hey, this guy, is he part of the VFL? Of course he's part of the VFL, but he got his own story before coming to the orange. So let people know a little bit about you and where you from, Ike.
Ike Brown, went to Central Michigan, growing up Saginaw, Michigan. Came from a big family, 6 brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest of 4 boys, 2 little sisters. My other sister's the oldest. Grew up in a sports family. I'm proud to say we were raised the right way. My little sister, she just was the 6th of us to graduate from college.
Awesome.
Out of 7. So
that's strong.
Yeah.
That's strong.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So my dad they didn't pay for anybody's. So it was all.
That's even stronger right there, man.
Yeah. So I'm proud of them. And it's like it's a lot of pride in my family. We try to push each other and do the right thing. So I come from a strong base, a strong support group family. I think that kind of turned out to make me who I am and why I do the job I do now. But back to the college thing, I played ball at Central Michigan. From there, I had a quick little flash with the Falcons. Then I went to the CFL, played there 4 years, and then from the CFL, it timed up perfect with Bush Jones getting hired here. He called me, came here, and now it's 4 years later. I'm still here doing this. So.
He just gave y'all a lot of that right there and there, but we finna go back through that.
There's a lot of details in it, but that's just the timeline.
The bigger picture of who you are right now. That works right there. So from Michigan to Tennessee, man. So let me ask you this: what position did you play? Did you play in college?
I came in as a running back. Went from running back to safety to linebacker.
Oh, okay. So you were down here across the board on everything you did.
Yeah.
That works. So prior to even getting to college in general, man, when did you get introduced to this game of sports? I know knowing your family was involved in sports. When did you get introduced to sports? At what age? And then how did you realize this was going to be that vehicle that was going to take you to college so your parents didn't have to pay for it?
I got introduced probably, it was from the time I was born. Really, my uncle was playing ball. He was playing at Ferris State. And that was in 1988. So
wow.
I was born in 85. So I was around football all my life. My brothers played, and so I just ended up getting put into it. It was something that I loved. I came up as a running back, idolized Barry Sanders.
Ooh.
And my brother, he's 2 years older than me. He went on to play at Central Michigan, and the attention from him coming to the high school, college coaches coming from a high school, it got me attention also. So I got recruited. I ended up going to play at Central Michigan as well. And watching my uncle play in the NFL, that gave me hopes. And that gave me motivation to play in the NFL. And he was never one to push us to sports or try to make us do what we wanted, but it just ended up being football. All of us played football. It wasn't a pressure thing. That's just what we ended up wanting to do. So.
That's very unique, man, because nowadays I feel like it's a lot of athletes, even myself, that felt like we played football as a way to change our family's lifestyle, our environment, and get us in a better situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like that was some of your case? Because it sounded like you had a better setup in general. You just happened to have, it don't necessarily seem like that was the main drive of why I got to do this and why I got to get to the league.
Mm-hmm. For me, football was really, it wasn't, I didn't have any of that in my mind, changing the situation of my family and stuff like that. I really just wanted to be famous. I wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. I wanted to be the best there could be. I wanted to be the best at it.
Yeah.
That's why I played. I wanted to be the best. And I had dreams of retiring with tons of money and going into the NFL Hall of Fame and, buying my parents a house and all the stuff people always say. But my motivation to play football was just to be the best at playing. I just wanted to be. It was kind of selfish, but I wanted to be famous.
Hey, that's a good selfish.
I wanted to be famous. That was my motivation to play, and that's really what pushed me a little while until I hit a wall and I realized you need a little more motivation than that. That motivation wasn't.
It was fleeting.
It got you there.
Yeah,
but
it didn't take you where you wanted to go.
It didn't take you past the difficulties, which I faced a lot of them. So my motivation changed from wanting to be famous to, wanting to prove to people that I can still do it, or prove that I can overcome this setback, that setback, prove that I'm never gonna quit. I'm gonna choose when I'm walking away. So, and that's what it turned out to be.
That's an incredible drive right there, man. That. I think that right there is probably what made you who you are today. That the extra, seeing that, hey, I wanted it because of this reason, but that didn't quite work out. But let me adjust, and this is what I'm gonna do it now.
Right.
That's incredible right there.
Right.
So that shit is, you got a chance to make it to Central Michigan. You changed positions a couple different times.
Mm-hmm.
At what point, when you were playing in college, did you realize, okay, that dream of being famous, this gonna make me, or this gonna break me, or I'm gonna take this route, I'm gonna have to take this route? At what point did it become critical that you would start realizing, hey, this might work out or it might not work out?
2006. I came in 2003. 2006 was my senior year. Didn't redshirt, and that was the year everything was going good. That was the year, like, I felt the best spiritually, mentally, physically. I was the best I'd ever been. Just life couldn't get any better. And the second game of the year, blew out my ACL. Right, so senior year gone. What I thought, all my NFL dreams, all my everything, gone, because that's who I was. You know what I mean? I was the captain of the team, the star, like, getting interviews, like, everything that a star is made of, that was me. All the press, all the media, everything. But when I tore my ACL, that went away. And when that went away, I was left alone by myself. And when I was by myself, I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Man.
So it was like when my mode of fame, when my vehicle for fame was taken, I didn't know what to do. I was done. I was depressed. At one point I was suicidal. Got addicted to a lot of different things. So it was a point in my life where I was in the dark. It was probably the darkest time of my life.
I can imagine.
It was probably the darkest time of my life. And it was even I've hit another dark spot in my life, but it wasn't as dark because I was stronger mentally and spiritually. But at that point,
you hadn't been tested to that degree.
That was my first test.
That was the first test.
And I failed. and I failed miserably. But it was a learning experience, and it's a testimony. But just, looking back on it, it sounds cliche, but I'm glad it happened.
Hey, if you can learn from it, you got to be glad it happened. Now, if you didn't learn nothing from it, you're probably not glad that it happened. So let me ask you this, because you went through the same thing I went through. So I did the exact same thing, except for in high school.
Okay.
Working on getting to college. But I want to ask you this, because you said something. You said you felt yourself fall into a dark place, and you realized how selfish you were.
Yeah.
That you was only using God for your football relationship. And once football was gone, you stopped talking to God because that was the only reason you was using them.
I was only trying to get something from him. That was it.
Yeah.
And it was football. And it was because that's who I thought I was. That's what I thought I was supposed to be doing. It was a talent. Yes, he blessed me with that talent, but that wasn't my purpose. So when football got stopped and cut out of my life, my relationship with God faded away, when it should be the opposite. But my motives and my intentions with him were completely wrong. So that's
sometimes you ask those questions you really don't want the answer to.
Yeah.
Well, this is one of those times I asked that question and I really didn't want to answer to it, but he gave it to me, and he said, I was giving you football as a stage to glorify me, and you was using football as your own selfish stage for your own selfish dreams and ambitions.
Same.
So since I gave you that stage, I got to take it away from you. And I got a firm belief that's probably exactly what you noticed.
I can agree 100%. That's what I feel. And my godmother was telling me that. She was trying to tell me that all year leading up to that, and I just didn't understand what she meant. I guess I wasn't mature enough spiritually and mentally, but I didn't understand what she meant. And even after it happened, I didn't understand what she meant. It took a few years for me to get it. I'm very hard-headed and stubborn sometimes.
At least you know that, though.
Yeah. So it took a few years for me to get it, but once I got it, and then I look back on it, I'm like, that's so true. It's so true, So I just try to now. I really, when someone tells me something, I try to sit back and look at myself first and think, what am I doing? Like, is this true? Not take offense to it first. Is it true? You know what I mean? So you gotta self-reflect.
That makes sense. So you get to Central Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
You get a chance to get to your senior year. The fame that you wanted is on its way. You can tell. And
It was
then
there.
2 games in, it's all took away.
Gone.
From that point on, you like, okay, this fame that I wanted is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The lights and the stage that I had is gone. I don't really know who I am outside of the fame that I was after.
Yeah.
And at that point in time, what did you do next? Because you ended up having a shot with the Falcons and got a chance to go play in the CFL. What did you do to recover? Because like you said you weren't going to get that feeling back until you got a chance to get back on the field again, which ACL, like you said, is a whole year. That's a year recovery.
Yeah.
So you had to rehab, but how did you refocus your energy into, I'll say, if I put my energy right here, okay, I can get that fame. Or if I put my energy on this, I still got a chance of getting that fame.
Mm-hmm. All my focus just went to getting back strong and rehabbing the best I could to come back a better athlete. And at that time we were going through a coaching change, which was Coach Jones was coming to be the head coach. Brian Kelly had just left and went to Cincinnati. So I really lost all the people that were there supporting me because they went to another school. And then Coach Jones, when he came back, he was the only one that I had known from before, So, and it was comforting to have him back. But again, it was just me focusing. Like, my motivation was, this is my last shot.
Mm-hmm.
I got granted the medical red shirt, so I came back for the 5th year, but it was it for me, So every day I had to make it count, and that's what really my motivation was, to get back to that. And I went on, had a okay senior season and got my shot in the Falcons, but then again, the 3rd week of training camp, I tore my hamstring and signed the injury settlement. Gone. So now I'm panicking again because football is gone again.
Yep, that fame is fleeting.
It's gone. And another thing is, I was living my dream. So there was no, I can just rehab and come back next year. No, like, if you don't make it, you go work somewhere else.
Yes.
You work. And I'm like, football's not work. I want to play football.
Yeah.
So when I left the Falcons, I went back to school because I left early. Went back to school, finished my degree, got my degree in strength conditioning. And Coach Jones asked me, he said, if you want, you should just stay here with us and be our mentor, which is what I do now here at Tennessee. But he was like, you should just be our mentor. This was in 2008.
Wow.
And, he saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. I'm like,
that's called a blessing.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm trying to ball. I'm trying to go play ball. So I'm training every day for 8 months blindly, not knowing what's going to happen. But you got to train every day, because if I got the call to go work out and I wasn't ready,
right, you missed your own opportunity.
Yeah. So I had to train every day, and I ended up getting that call from a Canadian team. So then I went out there, but I didn't learn my lesson. In 06 it happened. Didn't know who I was, didn't know what I was doing. Then it happened again with the Falcons, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I? And Coach by him saying, and you know, this just came to me now, by him